hot food trucks in accordance with local land use or temporary event processes, and DHS would permit the hot food trucks in operation at these events. This option would actually allow increased public access to hot food truck events, including, which is what I think is, it'll increase access to hot food trucks in general, while providing ample opportunity for us in the field of environmental health to conduct field inspections and address any health and safety issues. Option 3 would be to amend the existing ordinance to allow mobile hot food trucks. Amending the existing ordinance would allow mobile hot food trucks to operate countywide. This would lift the current health and safety restriction and allow the permitted operation of hot food trucks throughout the county. The current countywide health and safety limitations on hot food trucks in the county have been in place for many decades, and as a result, hot food truck operations in the cities and towns and unincorporated communities have been restricted at the county level without the need for additional local regulation. If the existing health and safety regulation were to be lifted, the county and each city and town within the county would need to consider whether or how to regulate the operation of mobile hot food trucks within their individual jurisdictions. This option would allow increased public access to hot food trucks, but would severely limit opportunities to conduct field inspections and address health and safety issues. If option 2 or 3 were to be considered, DHS would need to develop procedures for implementation of the Cal Code enforcement. Examples of that would be that we would do a plan check review for construction, sanitation requirements, commissary restroom requirements, and how they dispose of their waste and litter. Additionally, DHS would need to consider how to permit, prepare a fee analysis so we'd know what to charge for a permit, and develop inspection and grading protocols. Lastly, particularly with option 3, we learned through our communication with other cities and local jurisdictions that in addition to the health and safety protocols enforced by DHS, there are many other impacts of hot food truck operations that cities and towns would likely want to consider. Some of these are general operational impacts, such as do we allow them to operate on public property or private property, commercial versus residential, the hours of operation, noise impacts, the density, how many trucks per block, things like that. And this, again, is up to local jurisdictions. Some of the other considerations would be traffic regulations, the public versus private right-of-way, parking and congestion concerns, whether or not individual cities and jurisdictions would like to charge or provide business licenses, permits, or taxes of their own, and who would respond to complaints. In conclusion, any option for expanding the hot food operation would require development of protocols for implementation of Cal Code and local health and safety regulations for these MFFs, as well as consultation with the cities and towns regarding their concerns of operational impacts. With that, I thank you, and I'll be happy to address any questions the board may have.
Thank you very much. With that, I will ask, is there any board discussion? Supervisor Rutherford.
Thank you for the presentation. I wanted to get into this idea that you've laid out that there are potential health risks because of the size of our county. What are the health risks that are unique to San Bernardino County that don't exist in the other 56 counties that allow hot food trucks?
Particularly with regards to the size of this county, we surveyed many counties and city and local jurisdictions on this topic. And predominantly, the most common problem was that if you wanted to inspect the facility while it was operating, meaning unannounced or you find the vehicle, that it's hard to track down and find the vehicles and locate them. And I believe that is just exacerbated in this county that's even larger and has more area to cover.
How do the inspectors find the trucks in LA County?